Well, hello, and welcome to Watch What Crappens, the podcast for all that crap we love to talk about on Ye Old Bravs. I'm Ronnie. That's Ben. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ronnie. How's it going?
Good, Ben. Good to see you, honey.
Good
Welcome,
to see you
everybody. Today is Below Deck Mediterranean Day. It's not only Below Deck Mediterranean Day, it is the season finale day. How do you feel, Ben? Are you okay with this?
I have to say, I'm emotional. I have never seen such a beautiful wedding before. I want to thank everyone who DM'd me to say, did you see Norma? Hell yes, I saw Norma. We're going to get into all of it. But yeah, it was the season finale, not just of the season, but of Sandy being unmarried. That season has ended because it was a big wedding episode.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Ronnie? What did you think?
Good. I mean, I literally cried. No, I didn't cry. But I did think to myself, I don't own enough glitter vests. That's definitely one thing I thought. I was like, I really need to get some more glitter vests a la Captain Sandy, because that shit was romantic, okay? We did Crappy Hour live last night. That'll be released tomorrow audio. That is live every other week at 5:30 Pacific on Mondays. So come join us for that. Also, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has been out. So we're going to be doing that weekly until it ends. And just stick around for more Below Deck, because we were mentioning earlier that this is the first Below Deck in a long time that hasn't had any kind of like rapey, sexual assaulty, sexual harassment going on. But guess what? It's returning with the Below Deck sailing. Gary is coming back. So stay tuned for those of you who missed Aggro Douchebag Men. That'll be coming soon. But for now, we get to finish this lovely love story between Captain Sandy and her lady who says baby too much. I'm going to say that right now. I'm going to put that out there. Stop saying baby. You're creepy. You're creeping me out with that. Or is it a love story between Bree and her laundry? I don't really know. Either way, it's all tying up right now on Below Deck Mid.
So where we pick up, the gays are on board. The very friendly and nice gays were on board, and they were having a toga party because, when in Greece, that's what you should do. And Ellie has been overstepping. So Aisha has pulled Ellie up to a deck and says, "Oh, Ellie, I feel like you've been overstepping as a second."
What? Never. Me?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
No.
No, you're literally stepping on my foot right now. Yes. There's been a couple of times where I've directed the girls to do something and you'll be like, "Carrie, can you do this?" Or "Bree, can you do this?" Or you say something about Lamborghinis don't have to drive in slow lane. I don't really understand it.
Me? Oh, really? That was unintentional. Was that intentional? Questionable.
The job of the second is to delegate when I'm not around, but if I'm on the floor, it's like you're not delegating, okay? Like tonight at dinner. In what world would you be talking to the chef over me?
It was not meant to be like that. I don't even remember happening. I mean, what? What are you talking?
I feel like Ellie's gaslighting me in a way. Like she's standing there acting like she's so unaware.
What? I'm so unaware.
I don't feel like I ever truly know what Ellie's feeling.
At this point, everything I do is wrong. Okay? I'm just trying to prove to my boss that I can do this job. How is she supposed to write a reference letter for me saying that I can be good chief stew if she's never seen any sort of leadership skills from me? Cut. You didn't even cut. I'm not cut out for this job. You're still rolling the camera. God.
How about you first show good stew skills, and then we can worry about the leadership skills afterwards. I feel like the only skills she's seen from you is you yelling at Bree in the laundry. "I am second stew. You do not talk to me that way."
Yeah. So Aisha's like, "I just want to nip it in the bud." It's like, "Oh, you got it. You got that. All right, everybody, we're nipping it in the bud. You heard it here first." No, it's my thing to tell people.
So everyone's getting into togas and people are making drinks and drag performers are preparing, and Aisha's radioing Ian to say that the drag queens are ready. So Ian goes up to the drag queens and goes, "Say, you guys ready? Okay, gentle ladies." Like he does not know the right pronouns or genders or anything. He's very confused.
And then he says something shocking that I don't even know I believe, because he was so awkward with that. But he's like, I worked as a bartender at a pretty big gay club. Every Wednesday was a drag. Every Wednesday was a drag show night. And halfway through the show, who wants to become a drag queen? And my friends would point at me, and we just ended up dancing on stage, and I would be drag queen. I was, first, what? This is why straight people should not be allowed to work in gay bars. Okay? This is not cute. Having a group of straight people be like, hey, have the straight guy do it. Oh, get out of my bar, sir. Okay? We've already had to outlaw the damn, what do you call them?
Bachelorette
parties at the Scabby. Okay? Don't make me come for, straight deckies too.
Well, but then they show a photo of him as a quote unquote drag queen. It was just him, just shirtless with like a little piece of like makeup on his eye. So he's like, look at me. I was a drag queen. So the drag performers go up there and they're performing and everyone's like really happy. And Jono's there. He's in a toga and Jono's like having the time of his life because it's like fellow queer people and he finally gets to be with his people. And it's just like a lot of...
I think this is so nice. I wish I was that kind of gay who just saw other gays and we were like, oh my God, you're gay? I'm gay. And then we all hugged and we're like, we're all gay together. Oh my God, I love drag. And then we could just all do that and being gay. Like I see gay people and I'm like, they're so going to call me fat. I just like hide in the pantry. I'm like, please don't hurt me. I like slowly come out, it takes me a while. By the end, of course, we're all like cuddled up.
Yeah. I'm always nervous around new gays.
New gays.
Like, yeah. I'm like, are they going to quiz me on my RuPaul knowledge? Because it's not very strong.
Or they just won't, I feel like they're going to get everything I mean. Like they're going to get the sarcasm and be like, you bitch, whereas a lot of people just don't. Like when you're living in a straight world a lot, you're just used to getting away with shit. Like today I was at the grocery store and I had a problem with the little scale thing. I was buying bananas and I wasn't paying attention. I weighed it and then put it in the bag and then put my bag in the cart and it was like beep, 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 beep. It's because, you have to leave it on the,
right.
I don't know. It's counting the weight. So the guy came over and he goes, don't worry. This thing's just really finicky about your weight. And I said, oh, I'm used to it. I mean, it feels like we're dating. And I thought that was funny, right? He did not.
It's funny.
He literally just stared at me like, what the fuck? Like he didn't know if he should be offended or like he was trying. I said, not me and you, like me and you are dating, me and the machine. And then he just like kept staring at me and I was like, cause it's finicky about my weight. And then even explaining it to him, he was like, should I beat this person up? Are they speaking English?
That like, listen, after you left, he walked up to that machine and was like, so you're seeing other people? You just destroyed a relationship.
Yeah, but then I feel like if I said that in front of gay people, they'd be like, you idiot, what are you trying to sexually harass the machine? Jesus, back away from the machine, creep.
I feel like, well, it could go the other way, or a gay person could just like laugh and be like, I know, girl.
Yeah,
you never know what you're
I
think
that's ultimately, I'm afraid it's going to go one way, but then it ultimately goes that way, and then everything's okay. It always has usually has a happy ending,
That happens in gay culture a lot. So
it's very stressful. I was even stressful talking about it right now. Go ahead, Ben.
So they're now clearing, and Carrie offers to help Ellie, but Ellie's like really frosty about it, and the guests want to do shots. So Aisha goes up to Ellie and goes, Ellie, does it take long to do the lemon drop shots? And she goes, well, I was not told anything about lemon drop shots. She goes, okay, well, don't get defensive. I said, does it take long to do it?
Yeah, and she's like, geez, just relax. I'm not getting defensive. I'm just, Ellie, staff, Ellie, please, everybody, stop getting defensive. Aisha doesn't like it. No, please don't say that on the radio.
Does Lamborghini make lemon shot? I don't think so.
So then she's offering around drinks and stuff, and someone goes, wow, this is a clear lemon drop, Ellie. It's like the clearest lemon drop I've ever seen. It's just like a Scientology lemon drop. What? God, fucking non-gay people, I can't.
By the way, he said that almost like it's a compliment, but I can't imagine that was a compliment. It's like, I think if it's a clear lemon shot, it means you didn't put enough lemon in it.
Yeah, he was not. He was calling her out, but he was trying to be nice about it. Because she was like, goes, okay. And then they all take a shot and nobody says anything, but he goes, that's vodka with lemon. So, yes. Good.
I've realized that Ellie sometimes when she says okay and good, she does sound like she's on Mario Kart. Like she just passed someone. Okay.
So then Jono talks about how special it is to have gays. He's like, oh, having queer guests, it's so special for me. This is the most involved I've been all season. Like I kind of pacified myself, I just wish I was that involved every charter. Okay, but to be fair, it could be because they're gays and they're nicer to you, but it could also be because you didn't serve them deconstructed chocolate cake on top of cookies for their anniversary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some of that stuff is your fault.
Yeah. Also, way to erase Gigi Fernandez and her lesbian crew. He's like, oh, finally, queer
We all know
people.
that's not the same, girl.
I know, but it's just like an ongoing thing that we gays
You want to
do
talk about having
lesbians.
to prove yourself. Oh my God, a table of lesbians. Oh, smella. That's really rough. That's really an uphill battle. When I used to wait tables, I was like, oh no, because of course I have total gay accent, so they know I'm a gay guy. And they're just not there for my nonsense, And a lesbian will let you know right up front, listen, queen, with her eyes, not her words. But she'll let you know with her eyes, listen, queen, I'm not here for your nonsense, okay? I don't want you, like, making funny names about things or like, are you ready, Betty? Like, I'm not here for any
I
of your
only
gay
want to show
nonsense.
you my Olympic trophies in the case of Gigi Fernandez. Yeah, no, I mean, God, in my old age, I've really come to love a table of lesbians. It's just like my favorite.
Yeah. Well, one time when I was waiting tables, this table of lesbians, and it was the first time. Granted, this was like 20 something years ago before anyone is shocked by this story. But it was the first time I said, okay, hon, because I was messing up the table. And so when I mess up tables, I become more Southern, because people are more forgiving. They're like, you're dumb. When you're in LA and you have an accent, they're like, you're dumb. So they forgive you. So I would become more Southern. And I said, okay, hon, or something like that. She goes, do not call me hun. I would appreciate it if you did not call me hun. And I was like, oh my God, now the lesbians are taking away hun. This is what you're doing to my world? Let me live.
To be fair, she did have a tagine that was all over her lap. You're like, okay, hon. No, I'm just kidding.
Probably, yeah.
Do not call me hon. I've got tagine on my lap.
You just spilled tagine all over me. Okay, so now we get a Gail and Nathan scene. Just fucking
good.
Shoot me in the face. I'm so sick of these two. Okay? You good? I'm good. Good night. Oh my God. You going to sleep? I'm going to sleep. What are you doing? I'm going to sleep. You're going to go to sleep. I'm going to sleep. I like you. I like you too. Please don't hurt me. I don't want to hurt you. Oh my God. I've been so hurt in the past.
Hey, I wonder if Gail is freaking out about this relationship because it's going so well. It's really starting to hit me, like, period. Like, Nathan and I are really about to leave the boat together. Like, every so often, I kind of have, like, a little freak out moment where I'm like, just like, it's like, is this the right choice? I'm about to have to, like, shit in front of him. I've had people who I thought had loved me and had done really terrible things to me, and then I speak to him and everything seems to feel okay again. I'm like, Gail, just go off and fuck in Ireland.
Really? Just shut up already. I can't take any more with
just
you.
Take it to Dublin. We can't. Okay.
This is the least drama I've ever seen a relationship go through. She acts like they've been through. I'm trying to think of a great love story, but I can't think of one because I hate love stories. But anyway,
Michael Douglas.
But also this whole thing of, oh, I like him, so now I'm about to have to shit in front of him. Who says that? A, and B, no, you don't. I don't think anyone I've dated even knows that I poop.
No. I just feel like
you do. Yours do, because you like talking about it over dinner. You're like, how was your poop today? My poop was great today. What was your poop shaped like?
I really like to incorporate that into my discussions. But it's a part of who I am.
You're a poop talker.
And you know what? Furthermore, do not call me hon. But no, you're right. Like these two have like a generally pretty drama-free relationship so far, minus like the one moment of tension came when his best friend died and he was acting out a little bit. And then another thing happened when like Joe booked a ticket on Travelocity to go to Dublin, and she's like, I just don't want to be hit again. Is this really happening? Am I going to do it? It's like, you know what, lady? I had enough. You're too pretty to be this concerned.
I mean, Gail, I imagine that Gail goes to Starbucks and she's like, I'm just so nervous because my drink hasn't come yet, and I've come to Starbucks. They messed up my drink before, and I just don't want to have to go up to them and tell them, I'm sorry, but you messed up my drink. It was traumatic. Oh, finally my drink came and it was correct. Like, shut up, okay? And she's like the nicest person too. I just like talk about something else. Like, have you read a book lately? Who are you voting for? No?
She read a book recently called "Is Everything Okay?"
I'm worried that I might be hurt, boy, girl.
Yeah, I think I just want her to realize that she is such the prize here, and she's just sort of acting like she's like nervous. It's all not going to work. I'm like, you're the prize. If it doesn't work, there will be a long line of people waiting for you.
Yeah, I think she's just leaning heavy into the storyline is what's making me crazy, because they do ask her a million times. It's like, okay, Gail, come down to your confessional. And she's like, all right, getting on her makeup, getting her hair combed out. Just like, all right, what am I going to talk today about? Being insecure about relationships. Okay. And she sits down like, oh my God, how are you feeling about Nathan today? Still fine. No, Gail, we need more than that. Fine. He's great. No, Gail, we need more. Oh, I guess I'm worried because I've been traumatized before. That's it. More of that, Gail. More of that every day, 10 times a day. She's probably
Gail,
sick
do you
of it
worry
too.
that when Nathan gets back with his Irish drinking buddies, that he's suddenly going to forget about you and maybe come home drunk late one night, and you guys will have a quarrel, and then you'll realize he's just like all the others you've dated, including the guy you just broke up with? Well, I didn't think about it that way, but now that you saw it,
just break her down like a horse every time.
Like an anvil on her foot.
So now everybody's getting wacky. Someone wants a gin and tonic, and Carrie's like, gin and tonic, we can do that. Pour you guys a drink, eh? Let me do it for you. Although I have to point out that I don't think Carrie knew how to make a lemon drop either. So Carrie is really being lifted above everybody's shoulders right now, but she also doesn't seem to know what the fuck she's doing. Just like to point that out.
They're like, okay, well, Ellie can't do it. Carrie can't do it. Brie, can you make a lemon drop? Yes, here it is. It's like, this is just an iron.
You just dropped the iron. Why'd you drop the iron?
You told me to.
I made you lemon drop, but I don't know where it is. It's like, did anyone put a lemon drop in my closet? Because there's one sitting here next to my vest.
So Aisha's telling Gail, did you know that Sandy's proposing tomorrow? It's like, oh! And they start like screaming and crying all over each other.
She's like, what time roughly? She's like, it's sunset. And she said we can watch you. And she's like, oh, I'm so excited for her. I wonder if it's going to work out.
So Aisha's like, I'm taking on the organising role. You and Kiri are going to be there to help me set everything up. And Ellie's going to stay back and run things here because I hate her and I wish she was dead. I can't believe Ellie didn't show up at the end as the preacher. Like, hello, you are lady. You also are lady. You get married? Great.
By the power vested in me by the Lamborghini Corporation of Hot Women, you are now pronounced wife and wife. And baby, I am pronounced chips too.
Baby, why is the preacher a Playboy bunny?
Well, she's big into cosplay.
Yeah, they're all excited, and then Carrie and Aisha, Carrie is still serving. Aisha brings the drag queens back home and everything, and they're all just sort of settling down. And the guest asks Carrie. The guest goes, Carrie, can I ask you a question?
Sure, I can. If you could, ask me whatever you want, then.
If you could sleep with anybody in the crew right now, who would it be? Don't say Captain Sandy. We've already seen her shiny vests.
Joe, it would be Joe. It would be Joe. You asked. Yeah, so I had to tell you. Joe, Ellie. It would be Joe, Ellie. Huh. Joe, be Joe.
So, of course, Ellie walks in right during that, and she's like, oh, okay. So, but Carrie, do you want to go down?
I'm Joe.
Joe.
I want to go down on Joe. I said it. Dad, I said it.
So Carrie goes down. She's like, I appreciate you. But Ellie has clearly overheard this and she's furious.
Yeah, she's not happy about it. And then Carrie is like hugging a guest goodnight. And he goes, girl, you better get that dick tonight. And she's like, you guys are cunt. Good night, guys. You're hilarious. Joe, Dick. So she goes off on a mission. And Ellie's like, at this point, this snowball, it just keeps getting bigger. So big, this snowball. Carrie is rubbing Joe thing in my face. She's taking over my job. She's just acting like Regina George. I don't think that's really what Regina George did. Regina George wasn't in the market to be the best maid in the world. You know what I mean?
No, she was not known for working so hard she rose to the top of anything. Okay. She just was inserted at the top. And
Regina George, the
us.
meanest maid in the world.
I know. It's just one more day. I hope I am able to get through it before I blow a gasket because I am going to lose it.
So I like that she did that after all her Lamborghini talk.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
So then the crew's waking up the next day. Bree's setting up for breakfast, and she's like,
This is the last day of the season. I'm so excited. I'm so relieved. I made it to the end of a season. It is the first time ever.
Pat on my shoulder. She's giving herself a literal pat on the back for just doing the bare minimum of her job that she didn't get fired the first
the
time.
producer's like, did you realize that you were putting folded socks on the plates?
Oh no, I was supposed to be putting eggs. Oh gosh, please don't tell Captain Sandy.
You do realize you put 3 of the guest dishes into the dryer, right? With the tuna tartare in it. Oh, that explains so much.
So then Gail and Joe are joking around, which is nice because, they could not be joking around. They don't like each other sometimes. So then Bree's like,
I'm thinking about all the shit that has gone down with Joe and I. What a clusterfuck. But short-term love is better than no love at all, right?
I just love the way she rationalizes everything in her life. No, it was worth it. So then the guests
better than nothing.
Yeah, the guests are I guess they're having breakfast, they're ordering tomato juice and stuff like that. And Sandy calls Leah. Hey Leah, hi. I just want to make sure you know where we're docking. Okay, so I'm gonna text you the location so you know where it is. It's the dock. Okay, I'm so nervous. Hey, if you happen to find any cool shiny vests, could you pick one up for me? Because I want to propose to you. I mean, propose an idea for you, which is having a picnic where I'll ask you to be my wife. I mean, ask you about life, things like that.
She's
Okay,
like, I'm just so excited for today. I'm like distracted, but I'm just real nervous about it. Like, I don't think Leah thinks I'm gonna ever propose to her because one time she told me, I don't think you're ever gonna propose to me, but I'm gonna. And so here we go. Look at me. I'm just so nervous. So Joe's like, I'm smitten with Carrie. Like, she's funny. She's confident. I mean, I've only got one more night. Better shoot my shot. Maybe it's time to go a bit on the wild side. You've got to make the most of it.
Last week, he literally was saying, I like Carrie, but really only as a mate. Just mates only. And now he's like, I want to fuck her. I want to fuck her bad.
Yeah,
so
I wonder how he's going to self-sabotage this one because it seems like he's always getting right there and then unable to go through with it every single time.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize, but
third time, I'm like, wait a minute. I think you're just purposely trying not to have sex with everybody. I think you're purposely trying to set forth a narrative that's just not true, sir. Okay.
Well, Granddad is watching from above.
Granddad wanted me to get as much cleaning tail as I could.
I can't have Granddad seeing my willy going into someone's vajiji.
Oh, I see. So Ian's like, it's the last docking. This is one more chance to have big deck energy. Big deck energy. I used to do that in the gay bar when I was big deck energy. I worked in a gay bar one time.
And then breakfast is being served, and Sandy's like, oh my God, this is the biggest day of my life. And Leah's on the dock. So Aisha's like, oh, it's Leah. So then Sandy like jumps off the boat. Basically, she runs off the boat. The boat just careens into the dock and crashes and burns. She's like, Leah, oh God, I forgot about the boat. Hold on 1 second.
So she's like, well, that wasn't very professional of me, but I just love her so much. And Leah's like, hi, baby. Hey, baby. Hi, baby. Baby. You docked the boat, baby. Wow, such a good talking, baby. And so the primary is like, guys, there was so much about this that was memorable. Namely, that I kept saying lemon drop, but no lemons were dropped. So that was weird. Otherwise, you guys are perfect. And thank you very much. Money doesn't solve everything, but hopefully it shows our appreciation.
Okay, wow. Okay, goodbye, gays. Hey, all right, crew. Well, we did it. I've been waiting to say this all season. Come on in for a hug. Okay, everyone. 1, 2, 3, group hug.
Oh, by the way, gays, just so you know, as you load into that van, Don't call me hon. Okay. Hi. So then Carrie is dancing around with some tambourines in the mess hall, putting stuff away, and she puts them over her boobs. And she's like, "There's my boobs. It's my bra now." And Joe's like, just that and only that. Look at that. And so I guess that's their like flirting. And she's saying, tonight's the night. I've maybe a little curiosity about me. It's going to ruin whatever friendship me and Ellie have, but I don't care. I don't care. It's Joe. I'm going to get on that dick. The gay told me.
So then Sandy, it's time for the tip meeting. So Sandy's like, okay, everyone. Okay, I'm not going to cry. Okay. All right. So, Jono, you did it. You persevered and you were always so calm. When you put that cookie on top of the piece of cake, I thought there's no way he's going to serve it. But he did. Wow, you persevered through all your bad decisions. Congratulations.
You know, the first thing I thought about you was if that guy's got time to work, if that guy's got time to twerk, he's got time to work. And by golly, you learned how to do both at the same time. Good for you still being here.
You really
you're just here because I wasn't able to fire you because stupid Norma's incompetent at her job. But still, glad I gave you another chance, which I didn't really. But still, hugs for me, everybody.
Glad you failed upward or at least sidewards. You really built something here, which is more than you ever did with your architectural firm. Okay. Oh, God. You know, I was a little nervous about Jonathan, and not finding a chef forced me to keep Jonathan. And that charter I was concerned with. I'm not going to lie. I was concerned, but I do see a future for him when he gets more training, not necessarily in cooking, but, you know, maybe in twerking or just smiling. Like, he could be a professional smiler. And I'm really happy for him for that.
I wish him great success, you know, and I wish his customers less food poisoning than they might normally get from him. Now, Ian, on the other hand, Ian came on board with a skill set. He knew what he was doing on deck. However, he had to learn to let go of control and also learn the art of communication. And let me just say, the art of bangs wouldn't hurt either.
Also, the art of not snacking when we're trying to dock a boat. That'd be helpful too. And Aisha, I mean, to have you back on this boat as chief stew, I knew that I would never have to worry. I mean, you were so great with the guests, you know, the way you would show them how you stuck your finger up your butt. They love that. Ian, you're a hard worker. I not necessarily a good worker, but a hard worker. And I could see you really love working in this industry. Maybe your love of this industry outpaces your skill in this industry. But, you know, that's what's fascinating about you, you know, and the bangs, that situation too.
All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to propose to Leah. I'm so excited. I'm also real nervous, okay? But it's set around sunset, and Aisha has chosen her favorite team of favorite people that she likes and respects and will sometimes use again, and not people that she hates and wishes that were dead. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just know that if you get picked to help set up this beach picnic, you're probably not only one of her favorites and not only one of the best on the boat, but you'll probably all just automatically become chief stew next season on whatever boat you're on.
Congratulations. Aisha has named an award for the only person stuck on the boat while she's watching me get married. It is called the Die in a Fire All Alone Award from Aisha. Ellie, congratulations. Okay, everyone. Now the gays have left, and you know how they hinted that they were going to give you the biggest tip of all time? They didn't. So enjoy your mediocre tip from the gays. Okay?
Or as Aisha calls it, an Ellie tip.
So then now everybody's flipping the boat, and Aisha's talking about the proposal, and then she tells Ellie, "Congratulations, you're in charge while I'm gone. Unfortunately for you, there's no one going to be left to delegate to. But here's a rolling pin you can practice on."
Cut to Ellie rolling the pin across the floor. Rolling pin, get back here. Get back here. I am the first stew here. Why are you not listening to me, rolling pin?
Wait a minute, Iron, come back.
So Ellie's like, oh, well, I'm definitely feeling down. Aisha didn't pick me to participate in Captain Sandy's engagement, which would have been such an honor for me. I feel like all this work I've done this season is for nothing. Horseshit. Like you've wanted nothing more than to show your leadership abilities, and now she's left the entire boat under your control, and now you're upset about it.
So now people are getting changed to go out, and Ellie is like way overdressed as usual. And Ian's like, "Ellie, you look like Chandelier," which is a song they used to play when I worked at a gay club.
And then everyone's basically the team is setting up ahead of time. They've gone to this little island, like Carrie and Joe. They're like looking at it. It's all lovely, and everyone's nervous for Captain Sandy and stuff. And Sandy's like, "Oh, my stomach! It is not stop moving." I'm like Norma at a Red Lobster. It's really happening. I just hope I don't mess it up.
And Ellie's like, I'm sorry if I flash my furry vagina at anybody. So then, let's see. So Sandy's like, oh my God, Leah, you're here. I can't believe you're here. We're going to go on a boat ride. And Leah's like, are you driving it, baby? No. Oh, you get a break, baby? Yay, baby. You get a break, baby. So excited for you, baby.
So, and then Ian is like asking if Aisha's setting up the decor, and Ellie's like, dude, if they have done decor without me, I am going to flip out. I've been busting my ass this entire season. And then she was like, all right, Carrie's here, like, let's hop in the pantry, like, go do dishes. Like, she was hired as somebody who was going to help out with dishes and not come here and replace us.
And Jono's trying to make peace. He's like, well, it may be that she's more energetic or something. She's like, no, it's not. And Bree's like,
oh, come on, Jono. I feel like Ellie's feelings are valid. You have to let Ellie feel. Just let her feel things. Please, let Ellie feel. Ellie, please feel something, Ellie.
And Nathan is telling us, just because Kara has come in now and taken the attention off you, you're being spiteful and bitter. Not everything's about you, Ellie. And so Bree's basically saying, like, she understands why Ellie is upset, but at the same time, like, fucking get over it.
Yeah. So then she's like, well, I've got the Beyonce dress and I'm a golden queen, so. And Jono's like, exactly, bitch. Yes. So they get to the club, and then now Aisha is like, okay, the rest of the crew's here, so please pour Sandy and Leah champagne. We're all set up. They're going to arrive. I'm going to show you. We're going to watch it getting married again.
So then Sandy and Leah arrive at the tender, which Joe is going to drive. And Sandy's like, hi, Joe. Permission to board? Of course I have permission. I'm the captain, and you're just like a frog. So, okay, where you get it? I'm so nervous. Sorry, Joe. That came out of nowhere. Okay, so Joe's like, oh, Jesus Christ, this wind. I'll probably have to redo that. So he's trying to like back out of his parallel parking spot with the boat. But of course he messes up, and the prop basically sucks up a line, and they get stuck.
And yeah, she's like, oh no, do you hear it? You got a line. You got a line. Take it out of gear, Joe. Oh, jeez. This is a massive fuck up. Have I just ruined Captain's day? Left the engine. Is it on that one? Oh my God, we're all gonna die. He needs a knife. Get him a knife. I'm hyperventilating. Oh, it's working. Okay. Wow. God, that was like docking. That was like docking with a wedding finger in my vest.
Yeah, basically it's going to take 20 minutes to get to where they're going to be having their romantic dinner with the violinists and the champagne and everything. But it takes like 15 minutes to get these lines off the boat. This was, and Sandy was like, it's not your fault. No, it's not your fault, Joe. There's like lines everywhere. I'm like, it is Joe's fault. It's 100% his fault. So they rush over to the spot, and Sandy's like losing her mind. She's like, right now I'm stressed. The sun's getting ready to set in 30 minutes. He's got the line out. Oh my God. Oh God. If this doesn't work, I'm going to be proposing on the dock.
Yeah. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It worked. Everything's fine. So then Leah's like, wow, this is so romantic, baby. Wow, baby, you set this up, baby. Wow, baby, it's so romantic.
You think I did good?
Wow. You did so good.
Hey, look at the
baby.
crew.
It's so cool, baby. It's the crew, baby.
This is fun.
So
Look,
then
cool.
she's like, okay, first of all, the violinists are playing a wedding song. That wasn't in the plan, Like, what song were they playing? It's like, do 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 do.
Oh my, that would be like, we're breaking up. If that Bruno Mars song plays, we're breaking up.
Then this is obvious as possible. It's just an opera singer like, lesbians getting married. Lesbians getting married.
It's just Paula Abdul. Will you marry me, boy? So they're there, and they're eating snacks, and Sandy's like, Oh, okay. Do you want some cheese? I love you. Oh, I mean, I love you, not the cheese, but I love cheese too. You like cheese too. Do you like cheese? Do we both like cheese? Are you lactose intolerant? Do I not know anything about you? Is this relationship going to work? Oh my God, I'm spiraling.
I love you, baby. Leah seems bored. I'm just gonna say,
Leah's
go out on a
so
limb.
uninterested.
Leah's like, this is my date. You take me on a fucking boat to a sandy beach for cheese? Are you kidding me?
She's like, I canceled my reservation at the Michelin-starred restaurant in town to sit on this rocky ass beach.
She's like, I flew 12 hours to watch you set up a fucking picnic, dressed in like a children's tap recital vest.
You're wearing that silver vest, which I told you to throw up, and now you're wearing it on a romantic date on television.
Are you doing magic tricks today? Like, what are we doing?
So then Sandy's like, hey, do you remember the time I told you about the list that I wrote? She's like, the list was when we went to the supermarket before you left for this charter. No, well, yeah, that was a pretty good list of groceries, huh? But there was another list. Remember? Oh, it was about who you wanted in your life. Yeah. Okay. So you know the person in my life. Do you remember what was on that list? Billie Jean King. Yeah. But then like keep going down like a few names and remember who's on it?
Gigi Fernandez. Yeah.
God,
it's so weird when one's right in your grasp. It's so unattainable. You know what I'm saying?
Holland Taylor. Yeah, well, of course. I mean, that's on everyone's list.
Blair Underwood, but just as friends. Just as friends, though. I mean, what a doctor, am I right? God, so talented.
Okay, well, after all those people, it says music, love, God, loves family, animals, 90% good looking. I was really confused by this list. I was hoping you could explain it to me.
It's just like one of those basic lists that you put together, but I think she really nailed it at the end. It's like, okay, here's what I want in a person. God, I hope they love animals. Hope they're nice to their moms. Geez, radio. You ever turn on the radio? That would be fun. Love music. What do you think about being in a windy situation? You know, what do you do in the wind? But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, here's what I really want. 90% of it is looks. Are you hot? Okay. Are you hot or are you not? So she's like, oh my God, I did say that. God. Okay. Well, you know, November, I remember the date, November 17th, 2018. The wind was at 3 knots. And I felt for the first time, my heartbeat is one. And it was with your heart. It was with your heart. I love you so much. Well, baby, it's because we were hugging while I was closing the car door behind me. I think that. No, stop taking it away from me.
So she's like doing this little speech while she's sitting there. And then she is so nervous. She is so hasty. Did this seem hasty to you? She's like, yeah, my heartbeat is one and I was with yours and I love you so much. Will you marry me? She just like plops down on me and goes, will you marry me? I was like, oh, that was quick. I feel like it's normally you get down on the knee and say, Leah, whatever your name is, you're the most beautiful person I've ever met. You have the eyes of Holland Taylor, the jaw of Portia de Rossi, the ears of Gigi Fernandez, and the breasts of Billie Jean King. Will you be mine forever?
You make me feel as fuzzy as a tennis ball. That was for you, Gigi.
You know, even though you love softball, I've got a hardball question for you. Will you marry me?
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So Leah's like, yeah. She goes, what finger do I put it on? She's like, oh, geez. Come on, baby. Is this finger, baby? Oh, that. So you said yes. She goes, yes, baby. Baby, yes, baby. I love you. I love you, baby. Thank you. Thank you, baby, baby. And then the crew starts cheering and screaming. And Leah goes, who's that? Leah is Leah perked up? Leah is like
totally unmoved by this.
Leah was like, they got
Sandy
to there and
nervous.
she goes, who's that? And she said, look, it's the whole crew. And now she sees the crew again and she goes, who's that?
And she's like, why are they waving? Because we just got engaged. We did? Yeah, remember I got on my knee. Yeah, Leah seems totally unmoved. Like she's like, yeah, sure. Yeah, let's get married. I was like, excuse me, could we have like a little bit more? Like, can we do the old classic hands over the mouth and the nose? Like, oh, she's She's reacting as if Sandy asked her if she wanted to get like Chinese takeout tonight. She's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Leah was maybe when they were talking about how Captain Sandy wants music, God, love, and animal lovers. If Leah was like, well, here's the one thing I want, baby. I want to be proposed to on a mountaintop in Switzerland with an opera singer, and then I want to be flown on a helicopter. Maybe she had like specific wishes, and the captain was like, okay, we're doing this on a beach for free, and we're doing it for TV. Okay, have fun with that.
There are a lot of people who want full control over where they're proposed to. They're like, well, you did propose to me on a beach in Hawaii, but what did I say? I want you to propose to me under the Eiffel Tower. And so they get into big fights about it. And it's like, really? So you're right. Leah was probably like, I was not planning to be engaged here in the shadow of a giant rock.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, that guy just fucked up a rope. You know what I mean? Could you have made this a better engagement? I don't know. Maybe she didn't like it. Who knows? So now, or maybe she's just got a lot of Botox. You know, that's another option.
Or she was just jet lagged. She's like, I don't know where I am.
Yeah. So now it's time to go out, and the crew's getting ready to go party, and Ellie is asking where Brie is, and she's like, oh, God, I just don't have energy to be jumping up and down the seats, man. And Nathan is telling Aisha gossip in one van. He's like, I love you, but Ellie was chatting shit about you. What are you going to do about it? She goes, what was she saying? Well, basically, and he tells her the gossip, and it's like, God, it is so juvenile to bitch about how I've been treating her so poorly. If she wants to be chief stew, she's got a lot of growing to do.
I will say, I think it is like your God-given right to complain about your boss.
Amen. I thought so too. And I think that's such a little shit move of Nathan to go tattletaling. Like, she's allowed to bitch. I mean, it's not like she's entitled to pure privacy either. She is doing it to the whole boat. or at least to half the boat in the van. But yeah, I think you should be allowed to bitch about your boss too.
That being said, I think it's just clear that like Ellie's bitching is so self-serving. And like, I think everyone sees that Carrie's doing a great job and Aisha's needed the help all season. And so now like Aisha finally has the help. Things are finally running smoothly. And Ellie is complaining. She's making it all about her. So I think that's
I think everyone's just sick of Ellie's bullshit at this point. It's like you can't win. You know, she's always bitching about something. It's like she was bitching the whole season about somebody being incompetent. And now she's bitching that somebody is competent. Like, shut up, man. So then
Joe's making out. Joe and Carrie are sitting right next to Brie in another van, and Joe is getting really close with Carrie, like maybe even sort of like kissing or whatever. And it's like really insulting to Brie because Brie still has feelings for Joe, and I think that she actually stopped pursuing those feelings out of respect for Ellie, and so she's really upset because she was like,
I don't know that she stopped pursuing feelings in respect to Ellie.
Meaning that. Given that like she and Ellie had the conversation, and then Brie then went and then like had that moment in the bathroom with Joe.
Fucked him in the bathroom and then was like, okay, you lasted 2 seconds. Bye, I'm done with you. And then jumped him.
But meaning that like she clearly had feelings for him. And then realized after that, like, no, I can't do this anymore. And she said, this is over. You know,
I think she just got the ick and was done with him. But now she's like, oh, God, now he's on his third. You know, she's like, gross. She's like,
he's bringing back bad memories. They are doing it right in front of me. I brought it up to Joe multiple times.
Well, you know what? People taught you how to do laundry multiple times. Sometimes it just takes a while. Get him some colored beads.
Yeah, he needs to put a bead on you to know which one.
Yeah, you need to put a colored bead and just tell him which one is fuckable. You know, sometimes people need a little extra help.
So she's losing her mind. She's like, get me the fuck out of this van. Get out, get the fuck out, Joe. Joe, fuck off. Okay, I want to go to the table. I want to get a drink and I want to get the fuck out.
So then Joe comes up with Carrie on his back. He's like,
you leave me alone, Joe. I've had enough of you.
He's like, I completely understand why she's upset. She doesn't want me to flirt in front of her. But I'm having a great time with Carrie and we just finished a season, baby. I'm sending it tonight. I'm sending it.
Yeah. So they're partying and everything, and Ian's getting wasted. He's getting drunk, and everyone's just really getting wasted. And so, and everyone's having a fun time. And then we cut to Gail.
I seem to get anxious here and there. Terrified. What if he's just being nice because we're at a bar, and then we leave the bar, and he decides he's not going to be nice anymore to me? What if I'm traumatized? What if I'm ruined?
I agree with you. I can give you honesty and transparency.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you.
Did you really mean it?
So he says it's not like him to give the word love so easily, but let's face it, she's 10 leagues above him. And he's like, hell yes, take it, love you.
She's a supermodel, and he has fire talk hair. He's gonna, like, when she says I love you, you better say I love you back. You gotta lock that one down.
Yeah. So Joe apologizes to Bree, and she's like,
Oh, shut up, Joe.
and he's like, I respect you. I just want you to know I respect you. Oh, okay. And she's like,
But you have to show me you can't just say it. You must show it to me.
How have I not? She's like, don't put it in my face. You seem to do it every time. He goes, oh, please. He's such a dick, but he's so concerned with being the good guy that he always does this. It's like, just either be a dick and live in it, but don't then come slinking back and be like, no, I do. I respect you. It's like, shut up. Get out of my face.
so they're leaving, and Joe's like, oh, Carrie, I want to fuck you so bad. She's like, really? And so then Ellie's mad at Joe, and Bree's like,
Oh my God, get the fuck out of my bubble, Joe.
so now they're like shuffling around taxis, and Ian's like, Bree, shut the fuck up. And she goes,
You shut the fuck up. Because she's like, get out of my love bubble. I just don't want it to be done.
and then Ian's like petting Ellie's hair or something like that. She's like, Ian, you're out of control. Oh, and he's like, oh. He's just so disgusting back there.
So then later they arrive back at the boat and stuff, and Joe's like, oh my God, I'm so fucked up. And Carrie's like, Joe, okay, he's drunk. Go take care of yourself. Get into the shower, Joe. I'm still going to fuck you. I love that Carrie is just like, we're still going to bang. I don't care how wasted.
Yeah.
I'm going to make
He
this
is
happen.
so wasted. He is the sort of wasted that you are like before you die, like that. Like he is walking up onto that yacht and he's like bouncing off the rail, like the handlebars of like the passer rail. Like he is about to fall drunkenly over into the water and die. Like there's that video. Do you remember seeing that video from like a month ago or something? That like that 22-year-old who was, I forgot where he was, but he like left a club drunk and wandered drunk through a city and then fell into a river and drowned. And so there's all these like security camera footage of him just like drunk and just being so wasted. I was like, that's how drunk this guy was. Like that if he did not have the below deck crew around, he may not have been alive. It was wild.
Been there. So he's, but he's come up with another reason not to close the deal tonight. So Carrie keeps trying, but she's like, wow, Joe, he goes into the bathroom and she goes in there. She's like, okay, take off your trousers, Joe. Let's just get a shower. And then he's like, I'm going to barf. She's like, oh, God. All right, well, I guess I'll leave now. If it's coming down to barf, I have some self-respect, you know? So she leaves and she's,
Whoa, Joe really knows how to woo a girl.
Yeah, basically, he couldn't get it up. He was just too shit-faced. And she's like, okay, well, never mind. I was like, what are you doing, sir? Why are you getting this drunk? You have some sex to do later tonight. But
I think that's the
I don't know. You have an interesting theory.
Yeah. Then Isha is like, so now it's the morning and Ellie's in a nightie or something. She's in a sexy dress and Isha's like, is that your nightie? She's like, it's a dress. Oh, sorry about that.
It's a new uniform. I've radioed everybody to wear this uniform.
Hey, come on now. Stop usurping.
So there's like joking. Ian's like, oh, he's like, Joe, don't forget your dildo. And he's like, which one, huh? And then Jono says, I feel super proud of myself that I was able to, manage the whole chef position on this boat of this size. And I have more to learn probably. I'm like, yeah, like how to make a proper dessert, not just a cookie on top of a slice of cake. But I want to keep on continue growing, and there's always a solution to bounce back. I feel like I figured it out. If I do have an opportunity to go to a culinary school to do a broader kind of more general training, I wouldn't refuse it either. That's always what you want to hear from your chef.
Come on. After this disastrous of a season, he's like, well, I figured it out. But I mean, if culinary school happened to draw on my lap, I mean, I guess I'd do it. But fuck it. I've got this. Like, oh, no. No.
Oh, dear.
So he's like, I'm ready to bring the twerk into work. Like, wow, okay, you've learned nothing. Bye. So this is the section of the finale, which we see every season, where everybody's like, here's the lessons I learned. And so we go down the line, everybody's saying bye and getting ready to go. And Bree's like,
Oh my God, it is so amazing that I've made it so far into the season. I'm like a cat with 9 lives. I did it, everybody.
Hey, has anybody seen 8 of this cat's lives? We're missing about 8 lives.
I'm sorry, I put them in the dryer.
Oh, Captain Sandy, thank you so much for this season and for giving me the chance you gave me. I'm trying so hard not to cry right now. It's like, it's okay, you can cry. I just unfortunately don't have a handkerchief to wipe up all your tears because that went missing week 2. But, you can use my arm.
You know what? You're my person who's most improved. You found out what worked for you. Just keep doing that, whatever that is. I mean, what are you doing? Crayons, whatever it is. Balls. I'm not really sure what it is. Whatever. I stopped paying attention to a while ago. At some point, I just realized Norma checked out. Why shouldn't I? No one's going to stop this boat. What am I, a miracle worker? Okay, am I supposed to start talking to people with my hands on their palms like this? I'm not that girl.
You were probably the worst stew we've ever seen. Probably the worst one, at least since that girl made mustard gas on Captain Lee's boat. But you know what? You did put in 36 hours of semi-competent work at the end of the charter. So, God, you did a very okay to not good job. So, congratulations.
Well, before I came here, I was lacking confidence, but now that I know I can do it, I can't wait to keep on doing it wrong. Thank you so much for giving me the confidence to know that I can keep doing things wrong and still not get fired.
Hello, Cap. It's me. Oh, yeah. No, I could hear your butt thumping against the walls as you came up. Yeah, I like to twerk up the staircase. Appreciate all your feedback along the way. And I could tell you wanted me to succeed, except for the fact that you tried to fire me and didn't fire me only because there was no one else to replace me.
It just means so much. He's like, okay, go ahead. We don't really get much of a goodbye with him. He just says, that means so much. And she's just like staring off in his face. So we just see him walk off. And then Ian is saying bye. And he's like, it's been an absolute pleasure. You put the pressure on, but letting us know what a good job we've done at the same time. She goes, wow, it's funny. I don't recall ever saying that to you. But, I'm glad you had a good time.
And then Joe is saying, like, I'm going to miss every individual on this boat. Even Bree, even Ellie. I'm turning 27. I've got no signs they're coming down. I'm still going wild like I'm 19 on nights out. Is it my time to mature? I'm going to say no, baby. I still got 10 years left. Like, bad news. You're going to be like this for the next 30 years of your life.
Yeah, I don't know that you're
like you.
I don't know that there's much hope for you, but bye. So then Nathan is saying, it's so rare meeting someone like Joe, but knowing that you're going to have a lifelong friend about it. And then he pops into his confessional. He's like, I feel the same way. Why didn't you say it to my face? I love you, bro. I love you.
I love you so much. If only that bitch Gail didn't get in the way of our friendship. Oh, God. She's terrible. You should probably break up with her. Okay, I'll see you in Dublin.
So then Nathan says goodbye. She's like, God, it was so much fun working with you. And he's like, oh, God, bore. So then he leaves and he's like, I'm going to travel with Gail. You find a lot about someone if you travel with them. If I have a woman that's willing to accept this feat of mine, she's a keeper for sure.
And we see a flashback to his feet stinking up the cabin. So finally, it's time for Ellie and Aisha to say goodbye. So Ellie goes, well, it's that time Lamborghini must hit the road. So it's I don't know. She's, well, Ellie, I know we've had our differences, but I will never take away that you are tall. So congratulations on being a tall person.
Congratulations on the way that your scalp grows hair follicles. That's really amazing.
The way that you breathe air is absolutely wonderful. I can never take that away from you.
I've noticed that when you pick things up or put them down, you actually move your elbows, which is really, wow, good for you.
So anyway, I would just like to say to you, Aisha, that if you would like a letter of recommendation, I am happy to write one for you. See, there you go again, overstepping.
I would like to say, Aisha, I'm sorry, but at the end of the season, I must take away an epaulet from you.
No, you can't do that. On the cheap stew.
Well, then I will leave you with this complimentary mojito. This is brown, though. It's a brown mojito. Is there milk in here?
So then is Gail. Oh no, she goes,
I got one adjective from Aisha. Hard worker. This kind of feels like when your vibrator dies halfway and you're just laying there like, what?
excuse me, but you were the vibrator that didn't do the work. You know what I mean? Like the whole point. Blaming the Here's the problem with the vibrator that's not working. You didn't put the battery in it. Even in your fake way of justifying it, you still fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Charge it.
So then Aisha's hugging Gail, like, yo, my gift from the season. And they're like hugging and crying. And then Gail's thanking Captain Sandy and talking about how she wants to further her career. And now she's met Nathan, blah, 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 blah. She's like, part of me thinks, like, what the hell have you done? But Gail, you've got this. Do I have it? I'm not sure I have it. I'm so scared.
Gail, you've got this. I'm like, you are so brave. You're going to travel with another hot person? Wow, you did it. Congratulations. Here's your fucking medal. So she goes off, and then Aisha is like, oh, I'm so
I'm sorry, you're breaking up there, Aisha. I don't know if I can hear. Did you just say you found a turtle somewhere? No, let me see. Let me look at your thing. Oh, wait, that's the ring. Your ring is missing. Bree, did Bree touch your ring? She's like, no. The ring's on Leah's finger. Oh, that's right. Women on women. Okay, I got it now.
So, wow, you've been such a delight, and to see you shine. You're just so kind. I love you mostly because of that, and because you love God, and because you love animals. Unfortunately, you're not 90% good looking, so you can go now. I'm married. Okay, I'm a married lady.
Have you ever thought about doing your hair like Holland Taylor? Just wondering. So Aisha's like, I was so excited to come back this season to prove myself as chief stew to Sandy. I came, I saw, I conquered with the Greek gods. It just feels great to walk off this belt and say, I'm a motherfucking chief stew bitch in the man.
So now we go to the wedding 8 months later in Fort Lauderdale, of all places. Can you believe it?
I can't believe they went to Fort Lauderdale. That is, I think Fodor's says it's the number one most romantic destination for weddings.
Yeah. So they go to Fort Lauderdale, and a bunch of below deck people are there. Chef Dave is there with a melty cake.
I know this explains, apparently, remember earlier in the season when we all thought Jonna was going to get fired, and Chef Dave is like, well, just you wait. You're going to see me soon. And we all thought he was going to take over. It turns out that he was just teasing his cameo appearance here at Sandy's wedding.
Yep. So here he is. And guess who else is here? It's Norma. Finally, we see in person staffer Norma in charge of all the staffing on the boat. And Norma's like, I'm so happy to be here, Chef Dave. Wow, is that one of your famous tilty cakes? It says they have a mirror glaze on it. Whoa, why is it melting? No offense, but I think it's all your face. Wait a minute. It's not funny coming from you.
Hey, Norma, we are so happy you were able to come to the wedding. We wanted you to see what it's like for someone to actually go on a date and have a relationship that thrives.
Now, Norma, I know that one day you were hoping that you could get married, but no one's ever really said for you, hey, you want to get married? Now, fate did say to you, you want to be Harry? And apparently you said yes. So congratulations.
Hey, by the way, Sandy, I just have to say your ceremony was beautiful, except for all the parts of it that made me want to vomit, which was everything.
Wow. Wow, Norma, when the preacher said, hey, do you take her to heaven to hold till sickness and health until the day you die? I said, wow, is sickness in the room with us? Because it really smells like Norma in here. And I turned around and you were there holding flowers. That was so sweet.
I have to say, you really took the words out of my mouth with your vows, especially when I was thinking to myself, hey, Norma, is this the most disgusting thing you've ever seen? And then all of a sudden you said, I do believe that. Yes.
Bloop. Wow, Norma, great wedding. You know what was even better? When you were driving off with the representation of your butt, those flat cans just clinking on the ground.
I've never seen you chase after rice so much. Bloop. You know what? I have to say, hey, Sandy, by the way, loved how you had your wedding on a yacht. I have to see how many DMV workers also have their weddings at the DMV.
You know what, Norma? I just wanted to say it was so perfect having you here at the wedding. You know, when we were throwing the rice and you managed to catch every morsel in your mouth. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Thanks for being here. Bloop.
Hey, Sandy, I think your wedding dress looks beautiful. I've never seen a shiny vest actually have a train on it. Bloop.
Okay. I just wanted to say, you know, I wish I could write my own vows for you. I just want to say, Norma, you know what? No matter how incompetent your job, no matter how many years you're going to be living alone until you die, there's one thing I can always count on. And it's not you, but I'm still glad that you're here, bitch. Love you, bitch.
Love you too, bitch. Congratulations on getting married to someone who's going to leave you in probably about 2 months.
You know what? I have to say, it's better to have a prenup than a no-nup. Am I right, Norma?
To have and to hold. I guess in your case, it must mean a fart on the inside because that's what your face looks like.
So then we see Kate, you know, we see a bunch of the cast there giving speeches, and Kate's like, thank you so much for including me. I'm just so happy to be here to celebrate such a basic, boring, oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm just too bored. Can we get non-lesbians married? The worst thing I've ever sat through.
I mean, I know I had like a lesbian phase, but it didn't really work out so well for me, so I really don't know why I'm at the lesbian wedding. This is just sort of weird for everyone, isn't it?
So weird. I've been away from the show long enough to miss it, and I don't. So can I just go, please? Someone take me home.
Where was Captain Lee not there? Was he not invited? Or
I'm sorry, I'm filming a show called The Deadliest Goddamn Waters on Earth. All right, I'm busy.
Yeah. So it's
I'm sorry. I didn't know Wicked Tuna was getting married. Invitation must get lost in the mail.
So yeah, they do get.
I don't even know what it means.
Wicked tuna. Chicken of the sea, am I right? I'll tell you what the real chicken is.
All right. Well, that was the end of Below Deck Mediterranean. Congrats to Sandy and Phoebe. You guys did it. Look at you.
It was great. I loved seeing Norma on screen. It made me smile.
I love seeing Norma. What a cutie pie.
Norma is the best.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everyone for being here for this wonderful, really good season of Below Deck Med. We got Below Deck Sailing starting up, I don't know, sometime very soon. It's probably in mid-October somewhere, probably in like a week or two. Who knows? We'll look at the schedule. But, you know, we'll be covering it as usual. We're excited for that messy ass show. That show is the messiest of all the Below Decks. So that'll be fun. And we have all our normal recaps coming up later this week. We got more. Well, we did Mormon Wives. We have Salt Lake City. We got Orange County, all the good stuff. So we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors.
Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurth.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
She's a total knockout. It's Katie Manock. Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Let's get feely with Maggie Sheely. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman. The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh. She's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly. It's Kyle Pod Chadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender, the incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
Ring that bell for Rachel.
She's the queen bee. It's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.